Jimmy, we're here with EV's ETX family of powered loudspeakers. Now, we've got a three-way here. We've got 18-inch subs, but there are also a 10-inch horn, a 12-inch horn, and a 15-inch horn, plus 15-inch subs in the range.
Yep, it's pretty comprehensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big lineup. Now, it's kind of all about the DSP on the back, though. There's some pretty nifty thinking going into how you set up and control.
Yeah, look, the whole range is self-powered, so that means A, no amplifiers, but B, the internal DSP has been designed to be very user-friendly. So there are a bunch of interesting features, like for instance, you've got a boundary compensation on the three-way 15 and mid and horn, such that you can tell it whether it's in free space or suspended or as part of an array with other cabinets next to it. You've got appropriate roll-offs for when you're using it with subs that aren't EV, and you've got specific roll-offs that you engage when you're using something like the ETX 18-inch sub, or the 15 indeed. The subs themselves, there are a couple of cool things there. Again, you know, generic roll-offs and specific roll-offs based on what cabinet you've got sitting on top. So basically, you tell the whole thing what friends it's hanging out with, and they'll all get along and play really nicely together. The subs have a cardioid mode too, which is pretty cool. Essentially, you can do that with as few as 2 cabinets, or you can do it with 3, and you can do that in a horizontal or a vertical configuration. And the short of it is that you invert the sub that's either in the middle or the lower of the 2 if you're only using 2. And that gives you some pattern control on your low frequency.
Yeah. Now, speaking of control, you've got a pole mount in the bottom of the sub, and you can actually put another top box on with a pole, which changes the relationship of physically in space. But and this can actually compensate for that.
Yeah. I'm told that it knows that there's a mechanical difference between where the two things are, and it makes accommodations to bring the systems back into phase with each other.
Okay. Now, in terms of sound, listening to these, we find they're actually very bright in the top, which is not something we were expecting from EV.
Yeah, it's not the EV of yesteryear.
No.
You know, sort of. It's not the SX200 style sound, and obviously it's a different grade of product. And I think that in itself is an interesting point, because where does this fit in? Is this high level sort of MI, or is this entry level Pro? Because I think it straddles both of those.
Yeah, it's definitely on that border.
Yeah.
I'd be very happy to mix live band on these and get quite a high quality result. The three-way in particular, it's 60 by 40, actually throws a long way, and it's got more power than you can poke a stick at. Yeah, and the range in general develops from 134 to 136 dB depending on the model and the size.
I think the fact that they've managed to get sort of a 2 dB variation between every box and every other box, like as a maximum, that's pretty cool. And they all work together quite nicely. I like that there's built-in delay. So, for instance, you're using this configuration. Obviously, I'm sitting on one of these, by the way.
Yeah,
the grills are that solid that you can sit on them.
Yeah, and surprisingly light.
Yeah. They are, and look, I was expecting this especially to be completely unmanageable, but it's got good handles. The handles are in appropriate positions. EV actually make all their own hardware for the handles and the top hats and things like that, and it's aluminium, not plastic, so it's a workhorse, and it's definitely built to last.
Yeah, I think workhorse is a good name for it. It's solid, it's well built, it's reliable, and it does exactly what you want.
Yeah, minimum of fuss, maximum of result.
Yeah.